1981, Luther Vandross introduced himself with a voice that felt like velvet dipped in honey. Frankie Smith invented a slang language that Snoop Dogg still uses. And somewhere between those two extremes lived 12 tracks that rewrote the rules of soul music. By the end of this countdown, you'll discover why our number one song, a track that only hit number 5, outlasted every other hit from that year and still gets played at family reunions today. Number 12, Double Dutch Bus, Frankie Smith.
Double Dutch bus coming down the street, moving dirty.
A playground chant became a number 1 R&B hit, and nobody saw it coming.
Now I miss my train, that's a double shame. When I'm running late, no sleeps to blame. If you gotta...
Philadelphia's Frankie Smith took nursery rhyme Bounce, grafted it onto synth-driven funk, and created a made-up language that would shape hip-hop slang for the next 40 years. Missy Elliott and Snoop Dogg are still using his Is style today. The story behind it: Smith recorded his rap at 2 a.m, giving it that groggy, froggy flavor you hear on the track. Then he went to an actual bus terminal and recorded a real horn. Notice how those synth stabs punch through like exclamation points while hand claps keep the groove bouncing. It's impossible to sit still. Mott Records released it, and suddenly, boom, boxes in Harlem were blasting it. Kids were singing it on stoops. And it climbed to number 1, where it stayed for 4 weeks. But here's the twist. This playground anthem almost didn't get released.
You got your funky bus fare.
The label wanted the B-side instead. If this was the year's most playful writers, what comes next is the complete opposite. Number 11, Just the Two of Us, Grover Washington Jr. featuring Bill Withers.
When I think of you sometime and I want to spend some time.
Quiet, intimate, perfect.
Just the two of us. Just the two of us.
Grover Washington Jr.'s velvety saxophone wrapped around Bill Withers' wisdom on Elektra Records, and they created something that still feels like a whispered secret.
Just the two of us, building them castles.
But Bill Withers almost didn't do it. He reportedly mailed in his vocals after someone convinced him. Thank goodness they did.
I hear the crystal raindrops fall on.
The track climbed to number 2 on the Hot 100 and parked at number 3 on R&B, calm and unbothered for weeks. Hear how the saxophone and vocal trade phrases, each giving the other room to breathe, like two lovers finishing each other's sentences.
Good things might come to those who wait, but not for those who...
This was the soundtrack to rainy Sundays and late night slow dances, every note landing with surgical precision. A masterclass in less is more. But if this one caressed the soul, brace yourself. The next track sets it on fire.
To make those rainbows in my...
You know what breaks my heart a little? Only 1% of the people who watch R&B vinyl are actually subscribed. 99 out of 100 of you keep coming back, vibing with the grooves, feeling the stories, reliving the voices that built soul itself, but you still haven't hit that button. Think about it. You've spent time here, maybe even rediscovered a song that hit you right in the chest, and yet you're walking away before the next track drops. Subscribing costs nothing, not a cent, but it means you'll never miss the moments that remind you who you were when that record first played. R&B vinyl isn't just music, it's memory, it's heritage. It's the pulse that still beats under everything we love. Don't just listen from the sidelines. Be part of the 1% who keep the soul alive. Hit subscribe, stay, groove, and keep the record spinning with us.
Number 10, Burn Rubber on Me, Why You Wanna Hurt Me, the Gap Band. Tire squealing and heartbreak disguised as a funk workout. That's what Mercury Records unleashed when Tulsa's Gap Band dropped this furious anthem about a lover who left without a trace. Just the sound of screeching tires fading into the distance. Charlie Wilson's raw vocals, Robert Wilson's relentless slap bass, and a rhythm section that refuses to quit for even half a measure. The track roared straight to number 1 on R&B and made one thing clear: you could dance and grieve at the same time. Catch how that bass line drives everything forward like a car chase, synth stabs punctuating like brake lights. Clubs and car stereos ate this up. If this was all funk fury, what's next flips the script completely. Number 9, She's a Bad Mama Jama. She's built, she's stacked. Carl Carlton.
She's poetry in motion, a beautiful sight to see.
Carl Carlton had seen modest success before '81. Then he dropped the celebration of Black Beauty on 20th Century Fox Records, and everything changed. One infectious bass line, one unforgettable hook co-written by Leon Haywood, swagger for days. It peaked at number 2 on R&B, blocked from the top spot by a ballad we'll get to later, and earned Carlton a Grammy nomination. But this wasn't just a dance hit. This was an homage. Right before each chorus, notice how the rhythm guitar and bass lock into a pocket so deep you can feel it in your shoulders, your hips, your walk. This song felt like a Saturday night. Fresh haircut, new outfit. Street lights flickering, and all eyes on the queen walking through. If this one had you checking your reflection, the next one had you checking your boundaries. Number 8, I Can't Go For That, No Can Do. Hall and Oates. Hall and Oates aren't typically considered R&B, but in '81, black radio sure thought they were. This silky RCA groove shot to number 1 on both pop and R&B charts. A rare double crown built on a hypnotic drum machine pattern and Daryl Hall's breathy vocals. The song was actually about creative control in the studio, not romance. But listeners made it their anthem anyway, about drawing lines, setting boundaries, walking away with grace. Here's what most people don't know. Michael Jackson was reportedly inspired by this groove when crafting Billie Jean. That skeletal drum pattern, that minimalist bass line, you can hear the DNA. Notice how the drums stay stripped down, almost naked, letting every other element shimmer in the space. If that groove walked away from love, what comes next was begging for it back. Number 7, Never Too Much, Luther Vandross. This was it. The Arrival. Luther Vandross's debut single on Epic Records felt like he'd been singing to us our entire lives. even though this was his introduction.
Remember in the days when I was scared to touch you.
Never Too Much showcased everything that would make Luther a legend. Flawless phrasing, that rich baritone wrapped in silk, emotional intelligence that made you believe every word. And he didn't just sing it. Luther wrote it, produced it, owned it. That opening piano riff is like a smile in sound form. And when the background vocals stack and cushion every line he sings, it's pure warmth. The track hit number one on R&B and launched a decades-long career. Whether you were cruising or cooking Sunday dinner, this brought joy. This was falling in love on repeat, still riding with us. Tap that subscribe button and tell us which track surprised you most.
I can't fool myself, I don't want nobody else to ever.
Number 6, Being With You, Smokey Robinson.
Beg you to stay. I don't care if
The soul poet proved he wasn't finished. Released on Tamla Motown, Being With You became one of Smokey's biggest solo hits.
they tell me all.
Number 1 R&B, number 2 pop. His voice was older now, wiser, but still wrapped in silk. The song, penned by Smokey himself, was a gentle rebellion, a soft resistance to outside judgment.
Do I want it so much still? It's all in my mind.
A vow to love without apology. When the strings swell behind the chorus, they frame his vocal like a museum portrait. Never crowding, always supporting.
I don't care what they do.
This was Quiet Storm before it had a name, a song for lovers who didn't need the world's permission.
Let me be with you.
If this one whispered intimacy, what's next is pure celebration. Number 5, Give It To Me Baby, Rick James.
You wouldn't even talk to me. You say,
Rick James didn't ask, he commanded.
give it to me, baby. I bet you.
This Stone City band powerhouse from Motown was raw, relentless, and wrapped in wild charisma that only Rick could deliver. The song hit number 1 on R&B and stayed there for 5 weeks, sweaty, strutting, unapologetically bold.
Stop romancing. You say, how can I love you?
Every element screamed party now, think later. The horns, the backing vocals, Rick's sneering delivery. House parties from Detroit to Compton couldn't get enough.
Give it to me, baby.
Give it to me.
I bet you.
Notice how the bass line and kick drum lock like a heartbeat that never slows down, never gives you a break.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
If Luther was wine and candlelight, Rick James was neon and tequila. Pure fire. But the next track, cooler, more calculated, more dangerous. Number 4, Watching You, Slave. Equal parts smooth and suspicious. Ohio-based Slave dropped this electro-funk gem on Cotillion Records, and suddenly every dance floor had a new anthem. Watching You was a love song with side-eye, affection mixed with doubt. That iconic bass line, played by Mark Adams, one of funk's most underrated players, became instant catnip for DJs and sample hunters. Top 10 R&B. As the synthesizer slides in on the second verse, the whole vibe tightens. Notice how the pocket shifts just enough to make you lean forward. You felt this in your shoulders, your hips, the smirk you gave someone across the room. If this was the tease, the next was complete surrender. Number 3, Endless Love, Diana Ross and Lionel Richie. The ballad that stopped time. Two Motown titans. One duet that became the love song of the year, maybe the decade. It topped both R&B and pop, earned an Academy Award nomination, and became the soundtrack to weddings, proms, proposals, and memories that people still carry today. The magic, Lionel's vulnerability, Diana's command, and aching strings that framed every phrase like a vow. Hear how the strings breathe with the melody, swelling right before the key change, never rushing. This has been covered dozens of times, but nothing touches the original. If this one held your heart still, What's Next set it free with a message that flipped the script. Number 2, A Woman Needs Love Just Like You Do, Ray Parker Jr. Before Ghostbusters, Ray Parker Jr. dropped this warning shot on Arista Records. A wake-up call to every man who thought he had a free pass. The song danced to number 1 R&B and into the pop top 10, blending funk, soul, and quiet storm into one smooth groove. But here's the twist. It sounds like silk, but it cuts deep. A cautionary tale dressed as a slow jam. Notice the way that guitar lick weaves through the verses, playful but pointed, never letting the message get lost in the sweetness. This was truth wrapped in velvet, and it still lands. But nothing, and I mean nothing, will prepare you for what's at number 1. Number 1, Outstanding in the Gap Band. If there was one song from 1981 that defined feel-good soul, this was it. Total Experience Records released Outstanding, and it became more than a hit. It became the vibe. The bass line glides like water. Charlie Wilson's vocals soar like testimony. The hook is eternal. Here's the crazy part. It only peaked at number 5 on the R&B chart, but it outlasted almost everything else from that year. Snoop Dogg sampled it. Weddings still play it. Barbecues and family reunions can't function without it. When those horns hit on the bridge, the whole track lives, triumphant, warm, impossible to resist. This isn't just about romance. It's about celebrating someone simply for being who they are. And 4 decades later, it still knocks us out every single time.